Padres. And like postseason games, but as you see the mix
as he's thrown, and he has not really thrown him.
Two defenses, spot the Tatis, shortstop, and
lefties and righties. A little better success with his
swing and charge all the way into an LCS. A swing and a miss.
The fastball above the zone and then follows.
Is it out to second? From the postseason.
Watch the dugout.
And 3 ground ball outs.
Pretty delivery. He gets that leg down in a good
game 2 here yesterday. And a swing and a miss. A strikeout opens the bottom of the first.
Because he can't afford that to be down there. 2 strikes. He has not had much success.
He's behind 0-2. And
what a hitter wants to know early on. And of course, pitching
in a postseason game.
Here's what I would say early on. If that
yesterday in game 2, just his 3rd. Tatis runs on the first pitch. Smith throw down to second base.
That's your hand, right? And he goes in, and you can see the momentum.
300 or better batting average. Bellinger measuring.
Tough luck during the season. You see the regular season number.
Ball's out.
And there's ball 4 to Muncy. Here's 2 strikes to Will Smith. Muncy on his way to 3rd. And then take one back with a.
I was in awe of that catch.
Bellinger taps that to second. Cronenworth's going to go. Miller pulled the trigger on.
Oh, that hit him.
And that hit
First
him.
Base.
As you could hear Bill Miller tell you himself.
Matter of fact, 18 home runs.
1-1 to Peterson. A ball and 2 strikes. Still on in the postseason.
Has to do with how far.
Peterson's rung up.
Opportunity for the Dodgers there to put
in the problem for the rookie left-hander.
And he got out of it. And then last night in the 9th, after this with runners in scoring position, they were the best of their whole organizational philosophy.
Taylor swings and misses. 2 to go. During the regular season this year.
This guy's first inning, he was off.
Base hit for Eric Hosmer.
Locked in, and that could be a reason why they decided to just.
For those homers, that duo was.
Stay inside this pitch.
On the right side. Hosmer's going to. Bellinger's throw. That got. First pitch, chops it to Muncy. And
tonight in the 9th, one of the most impressive at bats you
get to this. A 5th plate appearance coming with the bases loaded, and Calera. San Diego had a great and the opponent scores. Use veteran left-handed hitting catcher. Back to Calera. To the plate.
The strikeout rate of some teams is so his speed will beat the pitcher in the first base.
Chopper. Tough play for Seager throwing across.
2 at-bats on bot for this left-hander, but he is a talented left-hander. With Trent's hit against the shift.
Fernando Tatis think that the bullpen gate would be swinging open side. And a swing and a miss gets Urias at San Diego.
Lindor is locked in.
And there's ball 4 to Betts. But at the micro level, he's just so
in off the plate too much.
And he will be able to advance on the wild pitch.
Second, nobody out.
According to Jace Tingler, his manager, who is also 1-2 to back up the middle. A diving stop by Tatis. Throw. Score.
Watch this play. As soon as he gets up, he's
second base, facing the meat of the Dodger order. Back out on top for a new Dodger post.
He got an inside pitch, which he loves.
Goes Stammen making his 25th. 2 runs in, nobody out. Turner is. Let's see. Great play by Cronenworth.
Bad throw.
Well, I mean, that's just so much harder than
Nolan Arenado is right there.
A lot of things that DRS did not. And Smith can't hold it.
How does that affect his third base? You know, that's my point. It's like
a single to Turner. Gets months. Ballpark is big. It is big. So Jace Tingler will choose
Power-wise.
Oh boy. And be to left field. That's going to get down and score another.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit it as long as you get that.
He liked the advantage that he knew would be created late
In the regular season.
Pollock runs. Pollock runs again. That one misses up and into Peter. Somebody's got to give him some bulk.
Yeah.
And 3-2 finds it into the opposite field. Bellinger scores. Pollock right behind it. 11 games overall during the regular season. 0-2 to Taylor. Taylor struck out in the second. Pham has it. A little clearer for Dave Roberts.
And again, he's one of their starters.
Who closed out the Miami Marlins and a chopper to third. And Turner,
on one, Mr. Garrett Cole.
Sends a sinking liner into shallow left. Much more home run dependent lineup than the Padres. As it goes, I think you're right. Yeah.
First game of the playoffs, 37 strikeouts.
Into shallow right. And Betts was off last inning. And turned it. A solid base hit, maybe more, as Mookie takes an aggressive turn. He's going to get all the way to second with a leadoff double day. Raul Mondesi used to wear out the Pods. The 2-2 to Seager's in the dirt.
Fall back in. That's what yesterday was about. It was.
Well, Seager has really remade his market.
Right? You win the last 3 games?
Yep.
Down 0-2. One ball advance. And there is one away.
Handed.
Left-hander trying to wiggle off this hook with runners at the corners, and there's a start. A big strikeout.
Has to be perfect for the Padres. So
now he's doubled and struck out tonight. The double and 0 for 11. That's good enough to bring in Betts and make it 7-2 Los Angeles. Throw to third is not. About to right center. It's Myers under it to really had a nice bounce back season for them.
But upon over the bottom of the order and turn it up to the top of the.
Profar hits it into the shift.
I was speaking with one rival executive in the lab earlier today about how very well with different players on the roster.
Back for Jason Castro. 1 inning. And a called strike 3 taken by Cronin.
Late add to the roster.
Pollock has been on plate appearances tonight.
Those vehicles like bulldozer. Tag it, it moved.
Smothered by Hosmer. It trickles off the glove.
One that you guys will never know on video when I got called.
Sharply hit. Great play by Cronenworth. The Tatis for 1. Relay's not in time. Could a guy like that ever have been traded?
And strengthen their bullpen.
Carrying Myers back to the track. Deepest part of New Los Angeles.
Position that the Dodgers didn't make. It's going to be a harder version of winning the World Series than anything they've.
The strike to count to Corey Seager.
Close foul.
Yeah, the landscape is littered in postseason history.
No, both down.
Do we have a
Ball 4?
Do we have a final total?
And Turner puts it in play for Hosmer.
Cookie center cut to Tino Martinez. Animal House line goes. Got a lot of catching up to do. Called strike 3. Season kryptonite until the wild card round. You'd like to have somebody on base for the big guys coming up next. Instead, it's a call.
Catches a corner. Up on the first pitch.
First pitch swing and a ground ball for Turner. Turns into Los Angeles lead. Will Smith in between. It's kind of like the regional feel of all these matchups. That's grounded into the shift.
It's got to be weird, but
fourth into the opposite field. His third of the game.
With an exclamation point tonight. Again, the Atlanta Braves get up the middle. Oh, and it gets by Grisham.
And we're already in game 3, and they've seen every one of these guys.
A.J. Pollock lines to third.
Luckily, that ball didn't.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Adams pitched Tuesday night. Dave Kingman style pop-up lead.
And he came in the game with the bases loaded.
3-2.
Some have done okay, and some have really struck.
Base hit in San Diego 6th. They're happy with a lead.
When you know that the Dodgers.
Derek Hosmer, who has singled and scored tonight.
Opposite field. Boy, that ball was smoked third. Hosmer to second.
He got there, he kind of overran it, and then just couldn't.
9 for 22 in the postseason.
Oh, he called a balk. So there's
wow. Score Hosmer to third. Ball and 2 strikes to Kinger.
That's off the bat, Tommy.
And a swing and a miss.
That's off the bat, Tommy. Caught it.
Matchup advantage. Muncy has 2-gun now for Will Myers to center field. Bellinger in the top of the order. Action as Taylor sends a fly ball to Grisham. Experience with the Rays most recently last year. 0-2 the count to Mookie Betts.
What do you think that number gets to?
Those teams are going to be better next year, and we know that San Diego's already really good. Betts.
Tatis at short.
And 3 guys. Here's Corey Seager.
And Seager rolls it out to first. Hosmer will do it.
Oh, and 2 to Cronenworth, and a swing and a miss.
The player a lot better, but from the outside looking in, they're taking the information that the Dodgers are giving them.
Shot out to right that'll hang up for Betts. And on how many other staffs?
I'm just playing a little bit of.
No, ball's up.
Ball 4 to Grisham. Well, and he has alternated contact this year. But Grisham takes the turn. He's into third base. Tatis on his way to second.
This missile and just watch it ride up from the 7th inning on. Kick it in gear.
It's full to Manny Machado. 2 on, 2 out. Machado lines it right to Corey. Game. LA by 5. 9 in game 1. 5.
Average. And then he's got that knuckle curveball.
No.
Muncy's 3 infielders around the middle of the field, and there's ball 4. So back a lot of years in the organization, a lot of skin in. That one 3-0. Fourth hit for Will Smith tonight. Did Harold text you any stats tonight? Ball and 2 strikes to Bellinger. Got him. Here on Tuesday night against the Dodgers when he gets
elbows, knees.
Strikes to Pollock.
Ooh. Now catcher.
2 strikes to count to Pollock. Got him. The count to Kike Hernandez. That's a pretty interesting. And a swing and a miss.
In the game, he would. Boy, I like their chances next year.
Pitch from Baez to Hosmer.
Or you get a healthy Lament and you get a healthy pitching enough time. It was like
season. Pods had the longest run, even close enough to Matt Lato's loss to the Giants on the final day of the season in San Diego to Luis Camposano. The pat on the back. Tommy is such a grinder. He takes every at bat, every failure so seriously.
Been good for him. And
11 pitchers working. Record for players. 24 players in the 3 victory today in Houston.
And to win the World Series that year. But back in 1996, that division series, that game played at
not have remembered facing.
It's kind of a Buck Showalter ball in the infield for Tatis. Justin Turner.
I think he goes through in a year.
Oh, that hit him.
Wow. Came in. Got the
That's a
Dodger fans consider the kind of
could be that guy.
And there's ball 4 to Mutt. Double and RBI, and this after going 0 strikes. Bases loaded with 2 gone. Into the opposite field. Postseason record. It's become all the more troubling.
Just a
Man, there have just been a lot. And that's a fair ball. On his way around second. Plate this inning. A swing at 14 hits for Los Angeles. 12 runs without the benefit of a homer. And the field in the